Hey guys, welcome to the Astrology and More podcast with the Cosmic Owl. I'm your host, Courtney, and today we are going to be going over your weekly astrological weather forecast. So, right now the sun is at 24 degrees Pisces, so we are nearing the tail end of Pisces season. So, this is a good time for water signs in general and also earth signs because you're in the sextile energy. There's a good flow of energy, so you want to take advantage of these last few days, these last 6 days of the Pisces season, and just kind of enjoy the flow of energy, get your mystic and meditation on. Also tonight, the moon is at 16 degrees Leo. So fire sign moons, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. This is a good time to, you're feeling playful, you're wanting to be around friends. So this will be going on until tomorrow night. So go out with some friends and have some drinks, enjoy the fire sign moon, the playfulness of the moon in Leo. Mercury is now at 8 degrees in Pisces. So it's going to be in Pisces for just a little bit for this week. And so coming out of Aquarius, collectively, on the global stage, everything has kind of calmed down. And so this is really an excellent time with the sun being conjunct Neptune in Pisces. You have Mercury in Pisces. This is really one of the most magical times of the year that can happen for water signs, especially for Pisces, for you to tap into manifestation, for you to tap into the law of attraction, and for you to really decide how you want your life to turn out, to go into Kelly Howell's guided meditation for manifesting your destiny or discovering your destiny would be good. Tapping into the secrets of the universal mind, because with the sun and Neptune in conjunction for water signs, there is a direct link, and this is going to be true for the earth signs as well. Or if you have strong planets, if you have Pisces rising, moon in Pisces, sun in Pisces, take advantage of this water, this cosmic energy, this portal that's opened up, and get your meditation on, and really, go and go on a quest, like a cosmic quest, and search what your destiny and your purpose is, and tap into some law of attraction type of studies, because there's not going to be another time like this until next year again, when the sun is conjunct Neptune. This is a direct link to the cosmic realm when this happens. So it would be a tragedy for you not to take advantage of this and to tap into it. And, if you're struggling financially, I want to strongly recommend Brian Scott's The Financial Abundance Meditation, and going to a place and imagining a place where your wish is fulfilled. So there's like a portal open right now where you can really tap into this collectively. And you don't have to be a water sign to do this, because the transiting sun and Neptune are in this conjunction, and the cosmic realm is opened up. So you really can create your own destiny, your own reality, and your own future. This is an easier time than any other time of the year. So Venus and Mars are both conjunct in Aquarius. And so for Aquariuses, Geminis, and Libras, this is the sexual energies are really flowing right now. You need the big release, if you know what I'm saying. So go do something spontaneous. You don't have to plan everything. Get out of your rut, so to speak, and have that release. If you find that you are lashing out, like a road raging, Aquariuses, Libras, then in Geminis, you definitely it's because of the nature of the sexual energies right now. Because remember, Venus in a woman's chart, Venus in everyone's chart is the expression of love. And in a man's chart, Venus is the ideal woman. And in a woman's chart, Venus is the expression of her femininity. And in a man's chart, Mars is his expression of his masculinity. And Mars is a woman's ideal man, but it's everybody's sex drive. So whether you identify, if you're non-binary or transgender, you're going to base this off of how you identify. So if you identify as a woman, you're going to really dive into your Venus sign. And if you identify as a man, you're going to dive into the Mars sign. But Mars is everybody's expression of sex. So when these two planets come into a conjunction, well, I mean, I'm just saying it's like bow chicka bow bow, if you know what I mean. So you need that release. So it amps up the sexual energy, and it amps up like this tension and the sexual desire. So with it being in Aquarius, there it can be creative sexual energy. So you're wanting to do something different, because the Aquarius energy itself is something spontaneous. It can't be contained. It wants to break out of the mold, break out of a routine. Go pretend you're 16 and go to it. I don't even know if they make drive-in movies anymore, but it's like doing something like that. That's just so spontaneous and so just out of the ordinary. And that's what, so for Aquarius is this, this heightens the need for spontaneity as far as their sex life goes. Jupiter is in Pisces. So the sun is in conjunction with Jupiter. Mercury is coming into conjunction with Jupiter. It is in conjunction right now. They're on each side. So this expands the ego, and this expands the cosmic realm, the mystic, and opening yourself up to the universal consciousness. So Saturn is in Aquarius at 20 degrees right now. And so I really want to put an emphasis on and really stress that the need for Aquarius is to break out, and for air signs in general, as well as the fire signs, because if you can remember that fire and air go good together, because it takes air to grow fire, and really take advantage of this conjunction between Venus and Mars, and this heightened sexuality and sexual desire at this time before it comes into conjunction with Saturn. Because when it comes into that conjunction within 10 degrees of Saturn in the next few days, then Saturn's going to put the brakes on and put the damper on, and we can be dealing with, some self-esteem things. Saturn can bring about, like, I feel fat, like I don't feel attractive, and things like that. So with Venus being how a woman expresses her femininity, and it's also how your appearance, and Mars, a man's masculinity, or however you identify with, it will put a damper on your self-esteem, and you feeling sexy enough to put yourself out there. So definitely in the next few days, you want to take advantage of Venus and Mars being in conjunct without being in conjunction with Saturn, because once it reaches there, it's going to be like, womp, 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 womp. Okay. So the moon is squaring Uranus right now, in a fixed sign. Uranus is in Taurus. So this is creating the big shakeup in the Taurus Scorpio axis life, with this conjunction and opposition. Now, Uranus is the planet that is the revolutionary that comes through, and it can feel like a total shock wave when this transit hits you via conjunction, via square, or via the opposition. It shakes you up out of complacency. So when the moon is in square, and this is only going to be going on until in the morning, this square. So, but when the moon is squaring Uranus, and you have your moon in a fixed sign, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, or Aquarius, you can feel a little like you're just like, feel like people are challenging you. You can feel grumpy. So just bite your tongue and wait till this passes. This too shall pass. And the levels are the energy of Uranus and the moon, because this is like the need to break free versus the need to merge. And so this is going to level out when the moon goes into Virgo. We're going to be in a trine. So the emotional front it's going to be a lot more calm. But Uranus does have a purpose to its disruption and its unpredictableness. And it's to shake you out of complacency, to shake you out of stagnation, to compel your soul to grow, and for you to go after those dreams, to you to find what inspires you, what sets your soul on fire, where you're supposed to be at in life, for you to reach your destiny point. So if you are a Taurus or a Scorpio, this is an excellent time for you to figure out what your life purpose is. And I highly recommend doing the Michael Seeley Discovering or Finding Your Life's Purpose guided meditation. Also Kelly Howe's The Destiny one. And on the meditations, back to, everybody, I love The Secret to the Universal Mind, and with the collective energies, with the sun, with Neptune, with Jupiter, everybody should tap into The Secrets of the Universal Mind by Kelly Howe. Use earbuds with it, turn your notifications on silent. This is profound, and it's so like whimsical and magical, and you have all this like wind blowing, and you're just like, oh, I mean, it's just so relaxing, and it's just downloading positive affirmations and building you up from a subconscious level so you can go after your dreams. Okay, so we talked about Neptune being in Pisces. Let's talk about Pluto. So Pluto is at 28 degrees, exactly conjunct yours truly's ascendant. And so this is a time when Pluto makes contact with your sun, your moon, your Mercury, your ascendant. This is, and even your Venus and Mars, this is a time of taking your power back. What you have not owned or disowned as your own, somebody else will, and you don't have in your own control of your own power, what you've had a disowning of, someone else is going to, own it as theirs, or take that power as their own. And they're not going to be as trusting with your power as what you would be with your own. So you can find yourself faced in situations for Capricorns, especially this is in Cancers. This is the conjunction and opposition. You'll notice that while Pluto has been in Capricorn for all these years now, that you have been faced with situations where people have challenged you for your personal authority. People have tried to power trip on you. And you can see these situations playing out over and over and over. And because Capricorn is the sign of service, Capricorns have, and Cancers have, a tremendous amount of guilt for putting and doing things for themselves. They're always having goals to work towards for their families. And it's a lot easier to focus on someone else's problems than it is your own. You can like completely have your power boundaries like eroded. And so you have to like really research good boundaries at this time, and understanding if you were raised with narcissistic parents, understanding that, the link from your childhood to your current situation. When Pluto touches the sun, moon, or ascendant, and even Mercury, this can be a time that you can have suicidal thoughts and compulsions. So I want to encourage you, if this is you, if you have a lot of Capricorn energy and you've had suicidal thoughts, I would like to strongly recommend doing the guided meditations, the hypnosis to stop suicidal ideation, and go reach out and find a therapist. Now, Pluto is getting ready to go into Aquarius. And so any Aquarius that's listening to this, it creates this pressure buildup, Pluto, and it exposes how your boundaries have been eroded. And so you can make you feel like you're stark naked in front of people all of a sudden, and very vulnerable. And, it can be very uncomfortable and terrifying. I can remember when Pluto came into conjunction with my moon a few years ago. Well, it's been longer than a few years ago, about 10 years ago. I was reading the transits and I couldn't get off my bed one day because I thought I was going to die because Pluto was conjuncting my moon. But that's the intensity that I felt from this transit. So anybody that has their moon in a late degree of Cancer or Capricorn, this is a time that you're supposed to be taking your power back. This is a time to evaluate the people and the circumstances in your life. Are they uplifting you? Are they encouraging you? Are they supporting you to seek your highest fulfillment in life, to find your joy? And really put on paper a pros and cons list about where you're at in life, and how you want your life to be. Like, what is your perfect day? And I know it sounds cliche, but it does get better. And these guided meditations, if you are suffering from suicidal thoughts, will help you. And it'll be an immediate release. I think and I will put in the comments a link to a 20-minute guided meditation that stops the suicidal thoughts. And I do want to encourage you to use that. Remember, guided meditations are not like talk therapy. The results are immediate. So when you wake up from your first one, you feel so much better because it's targeting your subconscious. Hypnosis and guided meditations changed my life, and I would not be where I'm at today if it wasn't for the guided meditations. And I've suffered every kind of abuse you can imagine. And I'm here today to encourage you all that if it worked for me, I know it'll work for you. Okay, so the North Node is in Taurus. We're working our way backwards on the way the nodes, their orbital pattern, which they're not really a planet, but they're the ecliptical of the moon. So we're pulling away from caput algol. A lot of people are stopping drinking at this time. If you have a problem with alcohol, you know, alcohol was actually derived from the word, it's actually from the word algol, and it's demon star. And it's like, it's a fixed binary fixed star, caput algol, which is Medusa's eye. And it's a losing of one's head. And so that's where the name alcohol comes from, was from this fixed star that the Western astrologers, the Eastern astrologers, the people from all around the world, we agree on this one thing, that caput algol can have the most malevolent influence, whatever it touches in a chart. But there's also, so now that it's pulling away from that, you see that it can have reached, your drinking could have reached a culmination point, like reached a level, and you can feel now that it's pulling away and it's out of this conjunction, like you want to stop, you want to change. And I've known so many people that collectively have just stopped drinking this week, and I just want to applaud that. Super proud of my clients, my friends, my spiritual family, my soul sisters and brothers, for having the courage to do that, and for following their higher self and their promptings and the promptings of the collective, because the nodes of the moon move collectively. They move us in a collective fashion. So if you are a person that has, you know, you have been drinking too much, and believe you me, I've been there myself before. It's a lot easier at times to numb yourself with alcohol or drugs than it is to deal with the reality of pain and heartbreak. So I don't say this in a judging fashion. I say this, it's the energies are right for you to be able to make that transition back to a healthy state. So there's a guided meditation by Michael Seeley, and it's the Stopping Alcoholism guided meditation and addiction. I want to strongly encourage anyone who is thinking about making this transition to put this on at bedtime as you're falling asleep, and just drift off to it. Listen to it for as long as you need to every night when you're falling asleep. When you wake up tomorrow, you're not going to want to drink, because alcoholism is stored in the subconscious. It is a wound that you are masking, a painful wound deep down in your soul that the alcohol is masking and causing you to avoid having to deal with. So this clears this up from a subconscious level. And that's why the guided meditations are so profound and so helpful. You feel better immediately after your first one. And so I hope that you all have a wonderful week this week. Thank you for being patient with me while I'm in Vermont. I'm going to be here for a couple of more weeks. I'm trying my best to do videos and to stay connected with you. I wanted to have a lot more than what I've done in the past 2 months, but I love you all. Thank you for all of your support. And I hope that you all have a supercalifragilisticexpialidocious week. And with that, I will see you later.